In one courtroom, the prosecutor is emphatically shouting, "Wail, wail" at the couple. Case number 1013 is hearing the vicious complaint and child abuse case of Mr. and Mrs. A. Your Honor, this case is an exceptional drama. The A couple has been involved in more than 1,113 civil complaints under the guise of child protection, causing disruptions in schools, financial institutions, and even impacting the media. What exactly was that complaint? The school constantly harassed the teachers, claiming that the child had been sexually molested, and the Haikido Academy even cancelled the competition because the child's grade was unfairly lowered. Their complaints were false, and they even stole blood donation cards by lying that their child had bone marrow disease. You took a blood donation card? Yes. And what's even more horrifying is that the couple forced their children to make false statements and write a will. Hello everyone, this is Gogam Meticulous Sam. The red card incident is an unprecedented hot topic incident that can't even be highlighted. The malicious civil complaint case that has continued for several years on Jeju Island has left deep wounds on many social institutions, including the education community, due to the abnormal behavior of a couple. Mr. A and Mr. B filed a total of more than 1,013 complaints, not only from educational institutions, but also financial and media organizations, resulting in a large number of victims. Mr. A, who has been making excessive complaints since 2000, has made the school his children attend his main target. He filed ongoing complaints against the teachers in charge, alleging that his children were sexually molested and child abused at the school. But the results of the police investigation. Many of these complaints contained false or inappropriate content. For example, a case in which a teacher resolved a quarrel between children was distorted into a forced reconciliation and left a civil complaint. These malicious complaints go beyond simple violations of teaching rights and have caused serious problems that paralyze the education field. Mr. A not only raised problems with this, but also with the Hapki workshop, where his children attended, cancelling the Hapki competition hosted by the Sixcheong of the provincial government. We expanded the scope of malicious complaints. He also filed a continuing complaint alleging that the academy unfairly lowered his child's grades, which led to the academy suing him for defamation. Mr. A's civil rights activities were not limited to educational institutions. He was issued a false medical certificate and unlawfully received about 33 million won in insurance payments over 35 times. The actual amount received was 4 million won. The police announced the clearly proven amount at 33 million won. Mr. A threatened to file a complaint with the insurance company's call center staff in order to receive the insurance money as soon as possible. In addition, he filed an innocent lawsuit against the producer of a fake broadcasting company, claiming that he was subjected to home invasion and physical contact. But the results of the police investigation. Trespassing or physical contact was found to be untrue, and Mr. A was eventually charged not guilty. Mr. and Mrs. A were also accused of stealing dozens of blood donation certificates by spreading false information that their child had bone marrow cancer. They pretended to be good deeds externally by donating stolen blood donation cards to hospitals and distributing them to the media as press releases. However, police found the act to be fraudulent and conducted further investigations. Mr. and Mrs. A's most shocking accusation was that of abuse against their children. The police found that Mr. A had caused his child to receive unnecessary hospital treatment and psychiatric treatment even though he was not injured. It was also revealed that he forced his children to make false statements to increase what he wanted. In particular, the incident of forcing children to write a will had a great impact on society. The will contained extreme contents, such as revenge against teachers and superintendents, and the police suspected Mr. A's intervention because the sentence in the will was beyond the level of elementary school students. When Mr. A lost a lawsuit against the Taoist office, it was also revealed that he filed for bankruptcy in the name of his child. In this process, Mr. A legally used the name of his child by abusing his representative status. This abuse of parental authority did not avoid serious legal liability. In the end, Mr. A and his wife Ms. B were arrested on various charges including child abuse, innocence, insurance fraud, and defamation. In particular, it was unusual for parents with 2 primary school children in need of protection to be detained at the same time, and the children were placed in temporary accommodation at the first childcare institution. The police have been conducting an internal investigation into this incident since 1977, but the investigation was delayed due to the lack of smooth statements from the victims. This case is attracting attention as a case of abusing structural problems that require public institutions to passively respond to malicious complaints. Due to the couple's behavior of abusing civil complaints, many teachers, civil servants, employees of financial institutions and other professions were harmed, which led to a serious waste of administrative power. Did the police make a false complaint against public institutions through this incident? He emphasized the need to raise awareness of innocence. In particular, if victims are aware of false facts, it is important to actively report them to the police or file a complaint. Police officials' advice to respond immediately once they are judged to be false was taken as an important warning to prevent similar incidents in the future. This case goes beyond simply the issue of malicious appeals. It unmistakably demonstrates the significant social harm that can arise from exploiting loopholes in public institutions and social systems for personal benefit. This particular incident, notably within the education sector, inflicted severe stress on both teachers and students, extending beyond the confines of Jeju Island to impact the entire nation ultimately. The detention of Mr. and Mrs. A is a comfort to the victims who have suffered from malicious complaints for a long time. But fundamental institutional improvements are needed across public institutions and society as a whole to ensure that such incidents do not happen again. This is an unprecedented hot topic article. Always take care of your mental health. I sincerely support and thank you for your efforts. If you possess an engaging narrative, feel free to email it to us at any time. Those who are selected will receive coffee coupons as a reward. Your effort was thorough and well attended to.